I could do this all day. Today we are gonna react to Nation's newest video. Is it his newest video? I need to check. He hasn't made a video in 3 months. You know what? Let's do it.
Welcome to driver's ed class. To emphasize the importance of driving safety, I'm legally required to show you all a state-mandated video of the horrors of what will happen to you if you drive distracted or while under the influence. Enjoy! Texting while driving with my family in the car. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh my God! Ah, my legs! My legs are broken! My son is dead! The pain! Wait, honey, look out! There's another gun! Oh, my family is dead! It's all my fault! I should have obeyed road safety laws! Ah! Hi, I'm Bryson, and I got absolutely traumatized by the driver's ed safety videos. We're not going to talk about that? They're designed to scare beginner drivers into never texting while driving, which, on paper, is a good thing. But those videos have to cater to the average audience, and I wasn't like other boys. I was a sensitive young man. I had avoided all of that mature imagery for most of my life. The most intense thing I had seen up until that point was Jurassic Park. And then, all of a sudden, I was being shown real footage of children getting destroyed by a drunk driver and a family dying in a brutal multi-car accident. I had some pretty bad driving anxiety after that. Showing the horrors to a delicate young lad will do that. Eventually, with a lot of encouragement, I started driving all on my own with an instructor. And I actually did pretty well. I was gonna take it seriously and be cautious regardless, but I guess fear of the horrors didn't hurt anything. Except my fragile psyche. My driving instructor was pretty chill and told me about all her ghost stories while I drove. She had, allegedly, encountered a lot of spirits. That made sense to me because if you're spending a lot of time in a car with a high schooler behind the wheel, your soul is way closer to the great beyond than the average person. In fact, I was in the car when another student tried to turn right too soon and nearly got us T-boned by another car.
Don't collide with another car on the test, you'll lose points. And maybe some limbs. You know, my late grandma hit a lot of cars. Her spirit was just telling me about it last night.
And bing bang boom, I got my driver's license, only to discover I have a horrible sense of direction. Seriously, I'm so grateful for GPS because if there isn't a magical blue line guiding my every move, I literally cannot reach my destination. Had I been born before the 21st century and had to get around with a paper map, I simply would have died. Hey Siri, which way is north? Because of my nature and also witnessing the horrors, I consider myself a pretty careful driver. But that can sometimes be a bad thing because I'll end up being too careful and not turning left when I had plenty of time to go. Or stopping at a yellow light that I totally could have gone through. Ah, dang. I could have gone.
Coward, you make me sick. Leave me alone, please.
And while I'm pretty good at driving, I have been involved in a rather violent automobile accident. I was backing out of a parking space and I had unfortunately left a mark on the other car and I started panicking. I grabbed some paper and wrote a note. I bumped your car, I'm so sorry, I'll pay for it, please don't be mad at me. Ah! And I went on with my day feeling a horrible sense of dread. And then my phone rang. Hey, I saw your note. Looks like you just rubbed some of your car's paint onto mine. And when I wiped it, it came right off. My car isn't even dented or scratched. Okay. Are you mad at me? Nah, we're all good. Thanks for leaving the note. Bye. As you can tell from that story, parking is not my strong suit. I'll only park between two vehicles if I absolutely have to. Close parking spots are overrated anyways. I don't mind the walk. It's what I got these legs for.
Snacks.
Ah yes, this is a much better solution than simply learning how to park. Great problem-solving skills, me. Thanks, me. And don't even think about asking me to parallel park. I only passed that part of the driver's test because we were in a little car and we parked in the exact same spot in the exact same way every time. And now I drive a big fat American car because Bo's rump takes up 7 seats. Hey, you're under arrest for 3rd-degree bad parking, and you'd better listen to me because I have a big, scary dog. So do I. I also hate driving in crowded
dog
areas.
looked
When
disappointed
there are
in
too
him.
many people or cars, I go into fight or flight until I find a less crowded space. It's like the law of diffusion. This, combined with my parking difficulties, means that my nightmare scenario is trying to find parking in a big city. Genuinely, that's how they would torture me in hell. However, just because I'm more comfortable in open spaces doesn't mean I'm safer. I was driving to visit a friend who lives a long way from me. It was just me and an open road with hardly any other cars. And since there was so much space, we were all going pretty fast. Suddenly, the car in front of me swerved to the side to reveal a metal ladder lying in the middle of the road. I slammed the brakes and swerved around it, but such a drastic movement at such a high speed caused the backside of my car to skid out to the side. I eased off the brake, made some adjusting turns, and regained control of the vehicle.
Ooh.
Thankfully, if it had kept skidding, the car would have tipped and rolled, and I totally could have died. To whoever left a metal ladder lying
goodness.
down in the middle of the road, you're actually supposed to prop the ladder up to climb it. Lying it down flat defeats the purpose. Hope this helps. As the years went by, my anxiety around driving became less and less intense. But one day, it all came flooding back when I realized I was driving in between 2 big semi-trucks. I felt trapped and claustrophobic and totally at their mercy. What if they decided to look at each other and nod and then just... Absolutely horrifying. However, I'm more afraid of myself losing to this intrusive thought. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Now they should make this a game. Too bad it's copyrighted. Oof.
You know what? Today's the day. I'm doing it.
Snap back to reality, boy. Oh, you just
Now
cut the
that we've
pilot
gone
next
over
to two
my
families.
embarrassing driving stories, we're gonna move on to judging other people's poor driving. Because, as we all know, the mistakes I make are cool and sexy, but the mistakes other people make are unforgivable. My friends and I once witnessed someone in the right lane choose to turn left
that
and cut
makes sense.
everyone off.
Excuse me, what's the actual
But you know what's worse than doing something stupid? Doing something stupid and blaming someone else for it. There I was, driving along when I came
What's
to a
gonna
four-way
happen?
stop. One car would go, then the car to their right would go, and so on. Things were proceeding in an orderly, lawful fashion. And they continued that way without anyone throwing a wrench in the works, with a completely unanimous understanding of traffic procedure. And everyone made it to their destinations without incident. I lied! The car to my right went, then the car in front of me, who had the right of way, started to go. Just then, a second car to my right decided that it was her turn. She sped forward and was on a collision course with the car in front of me. She slammed her brakes and had the audacity to honk at him and flip him off. So, to be clear, you're angry at him because you broke the law and the world didn't cater to your nonsense? Well, news flash, buddy. The world doesn't revolve around you and society
You're
has
cooked.
rules. So instead of blaming a law-abiding citizen, you should take
he
responsibility for
should
your
get the
actions
death
instead of
penalty if
acting
he
like an
was the
entitled,
judge.
petulant child. Officer, hit her with the delicensing beam. Another time,
even
I
know
was
why
waiting
that's
to turn
illegal,
left,
bro.
and the
Oh,
person
what
behind
the-
me honked at me to turn. But there was literally no gap in traffic. Oh,
Bruh.
you want me to turn left right now through 2 lanes of uninterrupted traffic? Of course, my liege. Your wish is my command.
Just killed a family of 5. Killed a family of 5.
You like that? Huh? Is that good? Now no one gets to turn left. What? This isn't what you wanted? Well, maybe don't honk at me when I've done nothing wrong! Officers, remove his horn!
No! I can't
I
believe
have
we had the
lost
same
count
reaction.
of how many
I wouldn't
times I've
honk
seen
like
people
that,
drive
though.
past the double white lines and then decide
We
that they
said
want to
no,
exit and
like
cut
a
across the road.
unanimous
It's
action.
so unsafe, as is speeding and texting while driving. I would always judge people
Birds
who
see
did
his
these
phone out the
things,
car.
and then I learned that my own family does all of them. The enemy was much closer than I could have ever imagined. That's right, I have witnessed my mother, father, and sister all openly break the speed limit and text while driving. One time, my dad missed his exit, stopped on the freeway, reversed, and cut across into the exit lane. It was the most unsafe maneuver I've ever seen. Bro literally risked his wife's, and his kids' lives just to save 10 minutes.
That's
Remember,
crazy.
kids, a good driver sometimes misses their exit. A bad driver never does. Officers, seize them! I have told them several times to cut it out, but they don't listen to me. I guess I was traumatized too much by the driver's ed videos, but they obviously weren't traumatized enough. But I refuse to let my family corrupt me. This is what being a chain breaker looks like.
Whoa, what? Do not disturb.
Speaking of my dad, he's got a Tesla that lets your phone act as the keys. So when you park the car, you can just walk away and it'll automatically stop the car and lock it. But he's gotten too used to that luxury, to the point that when he's using someone else's car, he'll just walk away, leaving it unlocked and running. He's done it with my car several times. But the worst thing about his car is that it claimed to have an auto drive feature. Innocent, naive, trusting little Bryson decided to take that at face value. So when my dad let me borrow it, I decided to try it out. And it immediately cut someone off and tried to change lanes in the middle of a turn, almost colliding with a truck. I had to take control to prevent it. And I looked it up, and apparently, if the auto drive hit something, I would be liable for the damage. I'm never doing that again. I'll crash a car myself before letting a clanker do it for me. And don't even get me started on turning all the buttons into an iPad. Time to use my turn signal. Let me just open the turn signal app. Oh, it needs to reconnect to Wi-Fi. Oh, it's updating. Okay, open. Oh, let me verify my email for my turn signal app account. Oh, dang. I've reached the limit of turn signal uses this month and will have to upgrade to the premium subscription to gain more uses. Let me just enter my card info. Okay, unlimited turn signal activated. Confirm with a face scan, a fingerprint scan, and a blood sample. And boom! Now I can finally look away from this iPad and back to the road to use my turn signal.
Oh, what
What
is
a thrill to be living in this futuristic era of transportation. And I
Yep,
hate the
that-
Cybertruck. Ah, I suck at 3D
Yep, I
modeling,
agree.
but even an idiot like me can 3D model it. Pentagon, extrude, add wheels, done. Piece of shit. Every time I see one of these poorly rendered PS2 assets, my day gets worse. I am trying to be less judgmental of other drivers, but honestly, it's an uphill battle that usually goes like this. That driver is also a child of God. They're just a really stupid one with no spatial awareness. I never flip people off, though, no matter how stupid they are. I do, however, have an alternative. I think it's much more effective. I'm not mad, just disappointed. But hey, not everyone can be a professional F1 driver, but we can all do our best to observe road safety laws and drive courteously. Let's all do our part to avoid the horrors. And if I catch any of you driving recklessly, I might have to take the law into my own hands.
Oh!
Ah, the pain! If I had only obeyed road safety laws! Ah! Hey y'all, did you miss me? Thanks for watching.
That was a great reaction video.